What the hell is the back for?
They used to call me Crazy Joe, well now they can call me Fat Man.
One last question. At the end of your life, whether it was Allah who was saying it, Elijah Muhammad, or whether it was something that someone wrote about you after you'd gone, what's the thing you would most like people to say about your life? He was a great champion, or what? What would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Muhammad Ali.
What's up? It's your boy Anthony Simmons from Higher Heights, and today I got a very important message for y'all. I hope you stick around to the end of this video so that you can get the full context of it. Let me preface my comments by saying this. I am not racist, nor do I believe in racism, nor do I hate any other race, creed, or culture. But today on Higher Heights, I do have a message. And this message not only goes out to black people, it goes out to he and her of every ethnicity who watched this. You must listen to all of my words to get this context. You must watch the video to the end so that you can have clarity and understanding. And even then, I know that some may twist and mangle my words. We live in a world where people hear what they want to hear. They take from things what they want to take from it. But today, I am going to deliver a message that I hope will come across as clear as possible. Clear and concise is what I'm striving to do here. Now, I dropped the video earlier this week on my podcast wherein I described myself as being tired of today's black man in 2022 blaming his struggles on the white man, on the powers that be. And I received a comment from one of my viewers saying that, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I described us as different from the Jews, different from the Indians, and he didn't know the context that I was saying. Well, let me make myself clear. We fought to be equal. We did not fight to be free. He said that the Jewish people, Native Americans, received monetary assistance in order to aid and guide their people into being able to be self-sufficient. And that's what makes us different. I agree with you, viewer. I will not say your name, but I hope that you do watch until the end so I can explain why I am tired of the black man blaming someone else for the condition that we are in. Before I get into this video, though, I need y'all to do something that's free for you to do. Listen, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of December. I know I can do it before then, but that's my goal, 1,000 before the end of December. If you like the content, I need you to show me by hitting the like button. Then I also need you to go around and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you're going to know when I'm dropping my content here on Higher Heights. With no further ado, watch this video and then we'll get into this discussion.
The buzzers, everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder,
let me tell you, man, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black will tell you in here, you gotta look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White,
all kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes, and the trump's driving around there. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing wrong with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh. But see, those are problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, pling, ting, tang, tong, tong, ting. So we can't integrate.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna never have no peace. Yeah. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this integration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land. 40 million people. You know, it's a lot of Negroes just in New York, in Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, California. It's a lot of black. Woo, that's a whole nation. 40 million, man. They don't tell you the truth about that. They want us to stop having babies. They give them birth control. They're paying black women not to have babies.
40 million, not 20 million?
Yeah, they're paying black women not to have babies now. They got all kind of plans to stop our race.
Well,
so when we know all this,
getting into birth
so now
control,
a man with my knowledge, what can you tell a man like me now? What's your suggestion? That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, not a dumb Negro or pork chop eater, don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you going to tell me now? I done gave you my solution, some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English and ruled and slaved forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, then you all some white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all are so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society, where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the lecture plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrating it in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country?
Well, you've got your own freedom here. For instance, I know you're luckier than many black people in America, but you're your own boss.
I'm speaking for my nation. See,
I know, I appreciate it.
If I was representing just me, I wouldn't be talking like this, because I got it made. I'm talking for my brothers who's out there.
But I just don't see how, Mohammed, I don't see how you can slice up America into bits and get all the whites in one area and all the blacks in another.
Then we leave then. We leave.
But they'd miss you.
I know it.
Now, if you listen clearly and you heard Muhammad Ali's words, he was saying that black people should have their own nation. Now, some people may look at this and say, isn't integration fine? Isn't it great the way we have the world today? And to that, I say no, because today in 2022, we still do face racial injustice. We still do face police unjustly murdering our people in the streets because they feared us. Because of whatever excuse they have, we still face these things and more. The reason I say that us as black people still face these struggles is because during civil rights movement, during us becoming free from slavery, we fought to be equal. We did not fight to be free, similar to the Jewish and the Native American communities. They are actually their own separate entity, and they are their own community. This is why they receive monetary assistance in order to build stability within their communities. If you look throughout the world, everyone has a nation, their own nation. Black people do not. Why? Because we fought to be equal and not to be free and separate, and to create our own, to build our own, and to cultivate our own. This is why something was wrong with that thought process. Something was wrong with the way we chose to liberate ourselves. Because when you fight to be equal, it gives the person who gives you equality, who grants you equality, the right to tell you what equality is. It gives them the right to then dictate to you and govern to you their laws, their education system, their banking system, their transportation system. If you listen to Muhammad Ali and what he was saying in 1974, I still hold those values to be true. The reason I'm saying this is important is because every other nation in this world, you have to bargain with them on the terms of negotiation, meaning if I want trade with China, I have to go sit down with China and negotiate for China's things. They have to negotiate with America for their things. You don't just get to come over here and tell America what to do. We can't just go to China and demand what China does. Every other nation that has a nation is this way. Why don't black people have to negotiate for the things that we create? Negotiate for whether or not we go to war. Negotiate for the goods and the services that we provide. Why? Because we are still owned by America. We are owned because we fought to be equal and because we are American, African American. That means America owns us. So to those who say that we are still slaves, just modern day slaves, you are 100% correct because America owns us. They tell us what laws to follow. They create our school systems. They have our judicial system. They own the majority of the land. And don't get me started on this. When America was divided up and land was given away, we were not a part of that. We don't own the banking system. We don't own the TV system. We don't own the transportation system. Do you understand? And while I do agree that America is the land of the free, the home of the brave, where opportunity is abundant and you can have whatever you want to have as a black man, I still say that we should be separate in our own nation in order to experience what true freedom is, in order to experience what true abundance is, in order to fulfill the fullness thereof of the purpose of the black man and black woman and black family in America. Did I say that I hate a white man? Did I say that we cannot enjoy each other's company? I did not say that. If I wanted to experience Jamaica today, I can jump on a plane and take a vacation to Jamaica to experience Jamaican culture. If I wanted to experience China, I can hop on a plane and go experience Chinese culture the same way throughout the world, etc. But when I go to Jamaica, they do not call me a Jamaican American. When I go to China, they do not call me a Chinese American. You see, as long as I have to put American on my title, that means that America has claim to me. That means America owns me. Now, what are you saying here, Anthony Simmons from Higher Heights? Let me break down what I am saying. Now, I enjoy America. I enjoy the freedoms and the equalities that I have today. But that's because my mind is conditioned to be comfortable in my setting. So this is what I tell people, even in relationships, so that you can understand and further get what I'm trying to illustrate here. Either I'm going to be content and happy in what I'm doing, which means I no longer complain about the infrastructure. I no longer complain about what the white man is doing, holding his foot on my neck. I no longer complain about the system holding me down. I'm going to be comfortable with my environment. I'm going to make the best do of my situation, or I am going to fix it by building and creating my own house. Right now, I live in another man's house. Right now, I sleep in another man's bed. Right now, I eat out of another man's cupboard. You got to understand what I'm saying. So yes, America owns black people. America dictates to black people what justice is, what equality is, what it means to be free. They tell us what it means. We never receive reparations in 40 acres and a mule. And the things that we have received have been tricked from under us by words and documents and letters of the law that were written by a white man. Once again, I do not hate white people. I am tired of the black man blaming someone else. When I did the video on Charleston White earlier this week, I was illustrating how the black man loves to blame the European culture on why we are the way we are. Why, while we have adopted a lot of their cultures and a lot of their ways, you have to understand that we have to stop blaming people and either start to build up our house, sweep around our own front door, take responsibility and accountability for the things that are going on in our community ourselves. Because in 2022, you cannot blame anybody for what's going on in your house. We haven't started to build the foundation, let alone the walls and the framing of the house. So you have to understand, when we talk about who's murdering us, we're murdering ourselves. We've adopted their culture. We hate ourselves. We've adopted their culture. We emasculate our black men. We've adopted their culture. We talk about our black women and put them down and over-sexualize them. We have adopted their culture. We cannot blame them when you have the education to understand what's going on. When you know the attack of the enemy that has held their foot on your neck, you cannot blame the enemy, but you have to blame yourself for not arming, for yourself for not preparing. Am I calling violence? No, I'm not calling for violence. If you listen to me clearly, I'm saying either you build a house and you move out of that man's house and build your house, or you get comfortable in the house that you stay in. And you set up residence and you don't complain and you do the best with what you have. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody. I don't know. But I hope what I'm saying is clear. If you like the content right now, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the subscription button, and I need you to hit the notification bell. Once again, am I calling for us to not mingle and intermingle? No, because today we know that we have a mixed race of people because everybody lies down together. Black man lays down with the white woman. The white woman lies down with the black man. The Chinese man lays down, and so forth and so on. Eventually, we all will be one, to be honest. But when you understand, when you can understand that this is the reason why we did not see monetary reparations, why we did not get land, because we did not fight to be free. We fought for equality. Check out this last video right here of Malcolm X, and then maybe you can further understand what I'm saying.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough. And it is because of our effort toward getting straight to the root that people oftentimes think we're dealing in hate. We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you? And I, for one, as a Muslim, believe that the white man is intelligent enough. If he were made to realize how black people really feel and how fed up we are without that old compromise and sweet talk. Stop sweet talking him. Tell him how you feel. Tell him what kind of hell you've been catching, and let him know that if he's not ready to clean his house up, if he's not ready to clean his house up, he shouldn't have a house. It should catch on fire and burn down.
Now, at this point in Malcolm X's career and in his life, he did believe in violence. He did believe in an eye for an eye. He believed in a tooth for a tooth. And Malcolm X was a very wise, young, fiery, passionate activist, speaker. He was a devout Muslim, and he believed in every word he was saying. He had to be wise in the message that he was delivering. I'm not calling for what Malcolm X called for in this video, because what he was calling for was for us to burn the house down if they were not willing to agree with us on our terms, to understand our plight, to feel what we were feeling. And today we have people who are not willing to understand what we have suffered, to understand. They act as if it should be swept under the rug, or it should be forgotten, or we should not bring it up, or we should not mention it. And I can totally understand that. Why? Because if you lived in my house, I would not want to constantly be reminded of my mistakes. If you lived in my house, I would not constantly want to have the threat of a rebellion. If you lived in my house, I would not want it to be thrown in my face every time I turn around what I have done to you. So Malcolm X called for that house to be burned down if they were not willing to clean that house up. And we see in 2022, the house is not still clean. Oh yeah, it's halfway clean. Oh, it appears to be a beautiful home from the outside. Home of the free, land of the brave. But on the inside, if you look under the couch cushions, on the inside, if you check the part of the toilet that people don't clean right there on the side, you'll see the dirt. You'll see the dirt in the crevices that people can't see well from the outside. So what is it going to be? You going to clean up the house, or you going to build another one? Are you going to be comfortable in your relationship, or are you going to break it off and find something? But whatever you do, black people, it's time to stop complaining and start maintaining. It's time to stop tearing down and building up. It's time to stop killing each other and start speaking life with these words. This is why I agree with Charleston White when he says these rappers need to be held accountable. Because yes, in America in 2022, we have created a culture. We have created a genre of music that is originally black owned. And we took that genre and we began to speak curses and death over each other. And we began to glorify chains and glorify having money and having hoes. I gotta put it like it is. Calling our women this, degrading our women, and in turn, they turn around and become masculine and demasculate us and put us down at every turn they get. This is Anthony Simmons, and this has been another podcast of Higher Hypes. You know the vibes. Let's get it. Be blessed.